shifting dark, the form unwinds. Twin tails fade, new shapes aligned. Hands to slime, the stone reshapes. A bard emerges, Goo-dith wakes. Hear the thunder, heed the song. Through realms of chaos we belong. Books are open, tales are spun. Why bury the coals? The board has come. Shift like stone, yet fluid and free. A scholar's mind, a melody. Rein no more, Goo-dith appears. The veils embrace, the way is clear. Magic swirls as worlds collide. A slime, a bard, the truth won't hide. Through the veil, the thunder's call. Lore and chaos bind us all. From ghostly paths to songs anew. Welcome, friends, the story's true.
Luna, can you hear me?
The bard now smiles, the tale unfolds. Let chaos reign, let songs be told.
Hey Luna, what do you see on screen right now? Excellent. Thanks, Luna. Alright, let's go see if these guys are ready. And we'll turn on the scene.
And diving into the darkness.
And I'm here.
Yay! So yeah, last episode, they came across a what sounded like a lot of different sects of this shadow organization trying to kidnap like powerful leaders and stuff like that. But they were thwarted by our group of lovely heroes. Our hellhound had found a place to stay, which was intruded by Cassius after he found out where Gabriel had been staying. They all made their way back into the Divinius mansion, and now they're about to start their counterattack.
Counterattack? I counterspell the counterattack. Wait, I don't have that spell.
That's not how that
In a
works.
reverse, draw 4. Smacks counter. That's Counter-Strike Mobile, right?
I don't know. I have never played Counter-Strike Mobile.
Neither have I.
I mean, you're the mobile feed and sentinel. That's kind of what that is. That's the mobile Counter Strike right there.
By the way, you might have to do the share chat button because you started the...
Oh, share chat. Yes.
Yep.
Give me 1 second. There we
There you
go.
go.
Chat
Just-
is now shared.
Just a
I'm
reminder.
learning things. I'm
Just-
fixing things, okay?
Yeah. You don't usually
So-
host the stream together, so I was just reminding you things that I do mindlessly in the background.
Just really
Yeah.
some bullshit I can do if I play it right. Anyway. Code,
But yeah, for anyone in chat, if you want to talk to me and Rein, we share a chat here, so we are one big happy family. Yeah. Just keep it fun and don't say anything that's going to hurt each other.
Right.
So,
Yes.
okay. I'm trying to figure out how this works because I don't know the exact layout of the situation. What do we know about the hideout?
You're asking me as DM or everyone else?
Yes. You as
Okay.
DM, what do we know of the hideout?
It's a very prestigious looking shack in the middle of the slums. You would know that there were probably be some marking on it. You don't quite know what markings there would be on this place to make it resemble a hideout. But you would know there would be something that they would have to note, and so they don't walk into the wrong building,
Right. Do you have any scope on their number?
As of right now, you just know that they have a lot, but you don't know the number. The dude would have spilled the last couple days they had a shrinking number. You would think more followers would be following this dude, but actually more have been disappearing. This would be coming from the dude that you interrogated, their numbers have actually been decreasing rather than increasing. You remember when he turned to shadow essentially and disappeared?
Yep.
Things like that have been happening to their followers.
So
Interesting. Okay.
where are we at right now? Are we still doing our long rest in the manor?
Yes, you would still be doing the long rest in the manor.
All right, Gabriel, time to move.
So I'm trying to think of how to go about this strategically speaking.
It is still nighttime at this point. I would say even though it's night, it still seems rather bright for nighttime.
So, okay. We don't know much about the layout. Aside from it being essentially a prestigious shack, we don't know much about it either. Okay.
They would have said it was in the middle of the slums, though.
Okay. Middle of the slums, prestigious shack, has a marking. We don't know much else.
Yes.
And they have numbers. They have a lot, but it's slowly dwindling.
From what you would gather, it's roughly about 10 every so often are disappearing.
10. They're disappearing
Yeah.
in 10.
Disappearing in
Oof,
10s.
that's a big number to lose.
You would probably estimate over 1,000 like enemies though.
Over 1,000 enemies. Okay.
So
I'm trying to think of this
are we
logically.
I just want to make sure I'm on the same page here. Are we sitting down and talking about this, or are half of us asleep?
Gabriel is probably definitely asleep. Cheyenne is probably watching over Gabriel.
So it would just be you, me, and Cassius, if anything, talking about it. I'm trying to figure out strategically how this would work, because the greatest weakness we have right now is the lack of information about any other stuff. We could scatter out, scope it out, but if we get caught, they can be alerted.
Well, why not smash right through? Think they've ever faced a full frontal attack before?
Yes, but here's the thing, is that if they have the numbers in the estimations that I'm thinking they are, then we will not last very long after that. I'm estimating over 1,000. If there's over 1,000 people in that goddamn forsaken place, the four of us, even at our full power, will probably be eventually worn down.
Technically, you have 5.
Right. We do have the paladins and clerics of Vinrath at the ready, but those numbers, I'm right to say that those numbers don't compare, right? They don't stack up correctly.
Right. Against like roughly 1,000, you'd probably only have about 100.
Right. Though, okay. We have 100, they have 1,000. Though paladins and clerics versus a bunch of like thieves and rogues, though.
I don't know, man. Them thieves and their sneaky backstabby stuff.
Must be a way to do this.
I wasn't with you, so I don't know what this place looks like.
Well, we didn't actually go to that shack in particular. We have reports of that shack. Okay, I think maybe some reconnaissance might be necessary.
So you're going to send some recon over?
Part of me kind of wants to do it myself, because I feel like if I send others to recon it, they may end up disappearing.
Good point.
I could take a few and go recon with them.
Okay, good luck. You got this. Bye-bye.
Goo-dith begins walking over to the wine cellar again.
Not again. Not again. We got in trouble for that, remember?
Says you. That was kind of fun. There was no wine though.
Goo-dith, we can do that later. Right now, we need to focus on something else.
There was a long silence there.
Yeah,
A long pause, thinking it over.
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Fun
It was like,
recon, fun recon, recon.
like, look,
Here is my plan.
look, she has the hots for Goo-dith, but she also like knows her mission. So, okay. You tell like there's definitely like tension in Ellyra's like just her whole being is just tense right now because she's trying to figure out strategically how to make this work and how to be safe about it in order to like get the information that's needed. But at the same time, everything has a fucking risk to it. And she doesn't want to risk losing people that could be useful in the battle.
Cassius, did you draw a butt? Is that what that is in chat?
That's a battle plan.
That's a battle plan. It looks like a butt.
Get your head out of yours.
Oh,
I
you're like
agree, it kinda does
okay,
look like a butt.
It's like a pincer maneuver. Okay.
I thought you were playing football. Wait,
It's
maybe that's soccer.
okay.
I thought you were trying to sack the quarterback.
So 1K, we go against the 1K. The 1K comes against us. As we close in, Vinrath, paladins and clerics come in from the sides. And I'm guessing the idea is we whittle them down from the outside inward, like we close in on them. And that could work, but I doubt they're gonna. Let's look. We're going up against essentially a bunch of rogues. So,
What is IK?
1K as in 1,000.
Oh, 1,000. Okay. So, what people?
I would say at this point you would hear footsteps of Ellyra Divinius kind of stepping close to you guys. And she would kind of look at you guys saying, why not attack the head? And like basically like when attacking like an anthill, right? You kill the queen and the ants scatter.
We
So
could if we
are-
can
so
get
are
in
those
there.
things.
Mhm.
The problem is would be locating the head because apparently the head is the same person sitting on the throne right now.
Did you
Going
just
after them
answer
directly
yourself?
might be an issue.
You asked where they were, and then you said they were on the throne.
They were saying they were being led by an abomination. The only abomination we know so far in the city is the one that's on the throne.
Yeah, huh?
She says,
I thought we were assuming they were the same thing.
Yeah, we
why
are.
not infiltrate their numbers? Not quite attack.
Hmm. I've done that once before.
So I have created on screen what Cassius shared about his battle plan.
See, battle plan is 1000% a butt.
No.
Like there's the crack, the cheeks,
Right in the butt.
the thighs.
Okay, so there was a thought that I had
It's very
that
welcome.
was possible to infiltrate. If that's the case, then Goo is gonna have to be the one doing the talking because she's the most charismatic. and probably has the highest deception, if not Gabriel, but I don't trust Gabriel when he talks to people because he either gives way too much information or not enough information. And what are the odds that the abomination has informed them and keep an eye out for people like us? Because if the abomination is who we think it is, or at least who I think it is, they have seen our faces. They know what that we look like. I mean, I can disguise myself. I know that much. And I think Goo can disguise herself as well, but I don't know about Cassius, I don't know about Gabriel.
I can do that, but I don't think I wrote it in my inventory, but I don't remember throwing out the robes from the cave. Whose robes were those again? They were red, right?
Oh yes, those were the robes of basically Reaper's followers. The cultist robes.
Yeah, so Goo-dith starts pulling that out of her backpack and goes, "Can we use something like this to get in, or do we need to start knocking skulls?"
We may have to start knocking skulls.
I'm doing alright, Dora. How you doing?
Because, looking at it, it's a completely different outfit.
Okay, I haven't seen who you've seen, so...
So, Ronan, the outfit that you would have seen, it would look like your typical like commoners like outfits, like farmers and stuff like that. But there's like a what do you call it? Like a black hooded robe that they would wear. No signs of symbols.
So I'll give that to. I'll let Goo-dith know the description of what it is, like common clothes and a black cloak with a hood.
Common clothes with a black cloak and a hood.
Just so you're aware, disguise self also disguises clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially, Goo-dith and I could disguise ourselves. Cassius, you would have to cover your armor in something that would allow you to move around in and hide it. As for Gabriel, he's a bit of a sore thumb.
How do you feel?
A nearly 6.5 foot tall wolfman with gray and black fur.
Oh, you mean because they're mostly human?
He can't change his appearance, though.
Yeah. Right.
Cassius, in his case, he's a human. They all look the fucking same. Oh, no one's gonna get that joke now? Okay.
Wait, what did you... I didn't catch what you said. I was thinking...
I said Cassius is human. They all look the same.
Oh.
That's race. I'm just kidding.
I mean, to be fair, the humans are racist towards everyone else, so they deserve it.
All you humans look like.
That was by the way, that's a reference back to what was it? Something in Sons, where this guy he's half Asian, half white. He's half Asian, half white, and his mom, who's the Asian person, it looks at these white guys like, you white people all look the same. It's just so funny. But,
what's dumb is that every nationality of people will say that about another nationality of people. So it's It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is pretty
yeah.
funny.
It is like that's the one thing they all have in common. One particular race of people looks exactly the same no matter who the fuck you talk to.
Hmm.
Don't be racist, kids.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little bit racist sometimes.
Oh dear Lord.
Gotta love that nursery rhyme.
By the way, Ellyra would say that if disguise is something that you need, she has something for that.
Do tell.
She says that she only needs a single locket of someone's hair from that you are going to be disguising as. The issue is that you need to have four different locks of hair from four different people. Otherwise, you're all going to be disguised as the same person.
So, just hold on that thought just a second. That was a really great thought. Do we have to worry about any kind of like anti-magic fields or anything like that?
Do you or does she?
Do we?
Yeah,
But
because if our disguise self and all of our and other abilities are nullified, we're kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So, the potion that she's recommending does not change any of your like skills or stats or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, no,
I think,
like
I think
so,
what-
like
what
there's
you're
a
really
thing.
asking.
Yeah, there's a thing called an anti-magic field. I've never seen one, but I've heard smarter people than me talk about them.
Where it nullifies all outside magic.
If you like cast disguise self on yourself, walk into this field, disguise self will disappear, and then when you leave the field, if you're still within the spell's normal duration, it will come back. But you know while you're in there, it's gone. There's no magic that exists inside of
Yeah,
that.
it would basically be like the Vox Machina Zipper Twat.
That's one of
So,
them. They also had another place, the place where the Lady of the Sea, I think, what was her? I can't remember what her name was. The singer, Brothel, Jester's mom.
Okay.
If you got near that place, they had an anti-magic field as well.
Yeah.
So you would not know if there was an anti-magic field.
I feel like he wouldn't, though, have an anti-magic field there. Because, remember, all of Saligic's abilities are magic. So why would he nerf himself?
Well, that's the thing, though, is he wouldn't have to necessarily nerf himself. He just nerfs his gate points. And I'm just asking to see if anybody knew. And we don't know, so...
Yeah, but my thing was the fact that, again, he's a wizard, and he has to be there at least at some point to have control. Why would he nerf himself like that? Because if he just nerfed himself, that means that the 1,000 of people that are there could have just knifed him.
Yeah, but that what I'm trying to say, though, is that his gate points might be warded with something like that.
Right.
But not like the main facility.
Right. We're talking about the main facility. We're talking about like specifically the hideout of these guys.
But if you can't get through the door with your disguise, then the disguise is useless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think that's how that works. I think an anti-magic field like specifically is like an area, not a doorway. Like, it needs to occupy more space than that.
I mean, I've just heard of them. I didn't know how small they could be. Like, Could it be as small as 10 feet? I just want to bring it up in case it's something we want to worry about.
Yes, sir.
Either way, we're either going to need to
Right.
probably take...
But it's also a question of, would Goo-dith have heard of it herself?
Well, I suppose that's up to Decode.
I would say there probably would be some like stories, because Goo-dith is a lore bard. She would have heard some stories about people using anti-magic in the past, but she would not know if they were fully true or if they were just like myth and legend.
My point still stands of the idea that if that's the case, if well, I'm thinking of anti-magic, right? I'm thinking of like an entire area, and if that is the case, that would be Seligic nerfing himself like a dumbass.
Especially since it requires to be casted on self, not any object.
Yeah. So yeah, he would fuck himself up if he tried that.
Okay. But it still stands. We either need a physical disguise or we need something from some people.
Right. I am saying, because you and I both can disguise ourselves, it would then have to be Cassius and Gabriel, who are the ones that have the special disguises. Ellyra here.
If there's 1,000 people in there, do we really want to waste a spell slot on, or a spell casting on disguise?
Well, I don't need to use a spell.
I need a spell slot to disguise myself.
Isn't it a low level spell though?
It's a first level spell.
Exactly.
Okay. It's a potential use of. It's a potential.
I'm trying to figure out how to ask this in character. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this in character, because it's just like, you can't just say, "Oh, it's a level 1 spell and you have this many spell slots," because that's not how fucking D&D works. That's not how you talk in a world like this. It's just like, okay, if it's a low level spell,
fair enough.
How many low level spells can you use?
I only have enough juice to do 4 spells.
Low level spells?
Yeah.
How much use do you have for all your spells? Because if it's a single spell slot, just to get in and disguise yourself and keep yourself just undercover for a while,
I can do maybe 10 spells in a day. But, I mean, granted that disguise self is a low-level spell. If that's... I could be doing something so much better with that, like healing,
like
Thunder Wave.
Okay. Granted. Though, then again, Goo-dith, I see you trying to punch things most of the time.
Because most of the time, whenever I want to try and hit something hard, I'm going to hit... What in the hell was that?
I do apologize, because some asshat decided he was just going to speed down the road right next to my house.
Okay. It was so distorted, I couldn't tell what it was. It's fine. So, the reason why I don't ever, punch anything hard is because it'll hit all of you guys most of the time, because you're all standing next to me.
You don't have any sort of ranged version of that spell?
I can make people die by insulting them. Very, very slowly.
So you can torture them psychically, I'm assuming.
Very slowly.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really have. It's not really my thing. It's more like, hey, I'm wiggling my
Can't
butt.
you-
Come up to me so that I can smack you really hard. does
Can't
that
you
make sense?
Can't you ritual cast?
Ritual casting is like 10 minutes. What do you want me to do with the ritual?
You can cast this guy's self for 10 minutes and thus not have to waste the spell and not waste the rest of the juice.
Unfortunately, that one is not a ritual spell.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Then in that case, perhaps we need 3 locks of hair. Because I don't fucking need it. Actually,
Say,
were those people still in the lockup when Cassius and I left them?
I was just about to ask you that. Is like, who did you
Hopefully
get
they
this
are.
information from? Is that somebody who would be a donor of both clothes and hair?
Perhaps.
So the person that you got information from, you took into the jail cell. After interrogating them, they turned to shadow.
Because if I
Basically,
remember, there were 6 total, because there were 3 that were already captured, and then we
Yes.
also brought in another 3.
the other 3, you don't know if they would still be in holding or what is going on with them.
So we might have to find more individuals, because we don't know if those also disappeared into shadow. Granted, I don't mind hunting down more of these fuckers, but still.
Can we just go raid a store and buy a whole bunch of black fabric? It's just black,
We could.
right?
It's common clothes and a black cloak with a hood. I will ask. Oh,
I mean,
what was
if-
the more?
if-
What was
if-
the common race of these guys?
Like the most common,
Yeah, I'm assuming human.
it's a mixture between human and I'd say probably like a few other minor races that you probably haven't seen yet in the story. But most common is human.
'cause
Okay.
if it's just common clothes and some black fabric, all we need are a few cloaks. Then I can bog
Yeah.
my way in.
All right. I'm just saying the infiltration might be a bit smoother if we have this thing, if we have this potion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to helping you get the stuff for the potion. I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that I have limits to spells, and they could be more useful to use healing instead of something like disguise self. I mean,
I'm aware.
if I really needed to, I could. Hold on, I gotta check the number on this. I could make myself and one other person invisible if I really had to. Okay, I don't know if
Welcome
that
back,
was,
Cap.
I don't know if that was called for, but okay.
Yeah, that one kind of startled me, Gap. Not gonna lie.
Muffle.
What even just happened?
Alright. So what did I miss?
Okay, so basically they're still working on a plan on how to infiltrate.
So I'm going back to my nap?
I would say at this point you are probably waking up from your nap.
No, god damn it, okay.
He's trying so hard not to be involved with any of the teamwork.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a solo act. You can say I'm trying to solo level here.
You know, you guys know what I think
Can't
the
be a
hardest thing about
solo
being
act in
a
a
DM
fucking
is?
D&D party, bitch.
Mhm.
All right.
Y'all also
Not
want to
bad.
know, like, what I think the hardest thing for me as DM is, like, trying to
What?
learn it.
Mm.
NPCs, keeping track of all the NPCs.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yep.
I honestly, if I was doing DM stuff, I'd probably have a physical notebook in front of me just so that I can scratch it out faster in chicken scratch.
See, I'm a slow writer, so that doesn't work for me.
Also,
Yeah.
when it comes to hunting down the stuff for the potion, the thing is that again, Ellyra won't be the one drinking it. It's everyone else that will have to drink it. Especially if Goo-dith doesn't want to spend a spell slot.
I'm not drinking whatever that woman gives me.
It's not me.
It won't be
giving
me.
to you.
It's not me giving it to you. It's Ellyra, the elf woman we met last session. Or you met last session.
I
Yeah.
would not be drinking anything the woman gives me.
Why?
I mean,
No matter how elfy charming she looks.
that's your call. Nobody's gonna
I
make
mean,
you drink the
you-
potion. It's just
Here's the question.
it's
Here's the
just-
question. Do you want to get stabbed by 1,000 people?
More specifically, about 1,000 humans.
I'll survive.
Oh, fuck you won't.
I mean, if
Listen,
how
he's
much
got the
HP?
sort of mindset for the battle plan that I
You
made.
can't,
it-
okay, you can't avoid getting stabbed 1,000 times. That's not how that works.
We can just run
You
that
end up
and
like
have-
fucking Caesar.
Oh,
Alright?
dear.
You mean
Me
Brutus?
against 1,000 humans. Nah, I'll win.
Nah, he's Brutus in this instance. If you remember
But no.
Brutus.
Okay,
You know
but
what?
for real, like go being serious right now. Okay, what exactly is going on? It's only plan or
So,
So-
the plan so far, well, at least the makings of the plan so far, is the idea that Ellyra wants to, or is able to make potions that can
Yeah.
disguise us as the people that are part of this organization.
instead of using potions, why not just kidnap a few people and take their clothes and go in?
Here's the thing. They're led by an abomination. The same abomination that's sitting on the throne, which we understand as Seligic, who has seen all our faces. It's entirely possible that if anyone catches a glimpse of us, they might be put on alert because they know what we look like, because Seligic told them.
Let's see.
That is why. The three of
Any
you
save
need to be able
rolls
to
only.
find a way to look different.
Well, at that comment, Goo-dith just turns into a ball.
Well, that
Hello,
solves
friend.
that solves that problem. We can toss the slime like a ball, like a basketball.
What's a basketball?
Isn't she a good deal bigger than that?
She's
no,
like
no, actually.
she's roughly an oversized beach volleyball kind of thing. You know,
I
those,
thought like her because of just her size and mass, she would be like a torso-sized ball of slime.
I was able
Yeah,
to dunk her like a few
that's-
times
that's,
already.
that's roughly one of those giant
Yeah, but
beach
you got
ball
like a
things.
16 fucking strength.
Oh, this might be easier to identify. Think yoga ball.
Oh,
That's still pretty big. Still
Yeah.
pretty big.
that's pretty massive at that
'Cause,
point.
I mean, it's a human-sized slime creature, right? So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like a torso-sized ball.
yeah. So
So
I don't know
that
if you
being said,
guys ever
Sorry,
watch
you go.
How Ridiculous, but picture when they throw the water-filled yoga balls. It's about
Yeah.
like that.
I would say the reason why like Gabriel's able to dunk you though is because Gabriel is actually fairly strong, like
Oh,
physically speaking.
You and him are both strong and tall, so you've got mass for the muscles to support such a thing.
Yes.
It's also, I feel like there's a little bit of supernatural flavoring to that too. You know, vampire.
That's
halal.
There's already a lot of supernatural shit going on here. I just roll with it at this point. I
Yeah.
don't question it anymore.
Yeah, but anyways,
Um,
Goo-dith just proved that she doesn't need magic to look like something else.
right. So, yeah, but you can disguise yourself to look like someone else. That's the thing. If you just roll under the ball of
I
slime,
can
then
go.
you're powered.
I can go further. I could
Yeah, okay.
disguise myself as somebody's hump if somebody wants to be the humpback.
Oh hell no, Ellyra, that's all you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
not-
I
I-
couldn't.
I- I'm
couldn't
not-
not
I'm
do
not
that
get-
one.
I'm not
First
getting
of
into
all-
this lesbian shenanigans.
First
I'm
of
out of
all-
here.
First of all,
Uh,
nope.
No, I'm out of here.
Gotta
Go,
get
go,
him by
go,
the
my-
ear. Does the anime like grab him by the ear, pulls him back down? Okay, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so here's the thing. Right, again, the three of you need to be able to look different. Judith can change her actual physical shape, but Cassius and Gabriel, you two need to actually look different because again, Zeligic has seen our faces. I can disguise myself just fine, but we need to find a way how to make you two look different. Ellyra is the only one that has offered a solution to do this, which means we have to basically do as Gabriel said, find some people, beat them up, and then take whatever we need for the ingredients for the potion, and then do that. It's simple.
Elves have never meant to be trusted, especially in the woods.
Goo-dith,
Thinking
can
on
I
what-
wear you?
You wear me? I.
This is a little freaky for my taste.
I don't honestly know how that would work.
I'm sorry, what was being said? I was doing with my brother.
Cassius just asks Good if he can wear him. Wear them?
Wait, hang on, what? Pardon
Basically,
Well,
me?
I'm just
Cassius
wondering
wants
how
to wear-
recognizable we'd be how recognizable we would be if my face was covered up by the slime.
You might have difficulty breathing, but
I do not recommend difficulty of breathing.
Also, aren't you acidic, Judith?
Oh yeah, they are
I mean,
acidic.
So let
So-
me get this straight. You're asking to essentially get swallowed up by the slime.
he wants
To
to.
look different.
He basically wants to make out with the gelatinous cube.
That's not what I'm saying.
First of all,
So I will point out that I can hold things inside of my body, but I don't think I'm capable of holding something that big. Think like the skull,
that's
and
interesting.
I pull a skull out of that.
Rain, shush for a fucking second.
Well, you haven't tried hard enough, so that's a possible situation that can be done later.
Can't. No.
I don't know what I said.
Trying not to make a joke here.
You
Uh,
said
you
that
said-
you can hold something that big inside of your body. So I just responded with, that's what she said.
She's just.
Oh, trying so hard not to just go. Oh my god. Okay. Rain, CC, you're driving me fucking insane right now. Because I'm trying not to say something as Ronan, but I'm also trying not to say something as Ellyra at the moment. There's very much so temptation.
There, let it out.
Are you being possessive of your girlfriend?
I think there's a little bit of clinginess going on.
Yeah,
I mean, I
what?
don't say that. I don't say that's bad. I mean, but it's a little bit too clingy. That's just my taste, though.
No. It was going to be a joke. But anyway.
Sure,
Anyway,
sure, okay.
Anyway, it's not entirely a bad idea, but I don't think that you would survive the process if Goo-dith is in fact acidic on the inside, and on top of that, you still need to breathe.
I have a question.
She can make an air hole.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
Oh. Oh,
No, we're
okay.
not doing the Jake and Finn bodysuit thing. We're not doing that.
Again?
Don't worry about it.
Just Gap and I are just dying off in the corner right now.
So,
You can see you're stuffing her air hole.
out of
Fucking God.
out of character, it's probably
Okay.
more likely to happen in the same way that Rimuru ate the dragon.
Pocket dimension.
Also, wouldn't you like slowly begin to dissolve fucking Cassius inside yourself, like consume him?
Well, I
Yeah,
am
the
pretty
animal
tough, and we
probably
wouldn't be doing it for very long.
If it's more than an hour,
Oh my god. Okay. Moving
So-
on, please. Somebody think about something else.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just simply saying, before we come up with any more insane bullshit ideas, that the potion might be the best idea there, because A, it allows us to crack a few skulls, and B, it's probably more fucking effective than anything else.
Well,
Agreed.
I have another idea. A place with an army like that needs to have a constant supply run, no? Getting
I think they just
food
steal
and-
everything.
Well, still, it's a supply run, and they'll take it to some place in order to get search and then process and then put into use. So why not sneak in through that process?
Would you be able to track down where this process would be happening?
We can crack some skulls and find out.
That would get a
Uh,
small
here's
group
the
of
thing.
us in, but then we would have to like arrest control of a gateway to let the 100
Here's the
Vinrathian clerics follow or something like that.
Here's the thing with
Clerics,
we have about 100 strong clerics and paladins of Vinrath that we have.
Oh god.
The reason why we have these numbers is because we are facing a number of 1,000. Yeah. Now we have to find a way how to make this work. Infiltration might work, thus cueing a surprise ambush, which would be the only way for a force literally a tenth the size of what we're currently dealing with to get the advantage.
Do we know how the inside of this place looks like? Because
Unfortunately,
example-
no, because anytime we get enough information out of someone, they start to either die or they get swept up in shadow.
sucked up in shadow. I wonder if I had my book, I'll be able to do something about it.
You're not getting the book, or I will cut your goddamn hands off.
Just cut my hands off, you lesbian vampire once a month period sucking monster.
Whoa. Let's keep it Twitch friendly here, okay?
Oh, okay, my fault.
Gabriel, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, that aside, infiltration's a good idea. If we can somehow orchestrate an ambush, that could also work.
I mean, worst case scenario, I say we find a few things, we make some few bombs. One, like you three go and look around, see if you can open the gate, and I say I'll go walk around, place bombs into random places, and then when the moment comes in, I just detonate everything, causing collapse of the internal structure while also making a path inside in case of an emergency or in case you guys can now open the gate.
But do you have bombs?
We can buy them. Actually, we have the money for it now.
I was about to ask when you said make some bombs. I was like, does Gabriel even know how to make bombs? Hang on.
That's what we have you. You're the vampire that can do anything.
Mm-mm.
I can't make bombs. I can probably make the strap metal and blades that can go inside the bomb, maybe, but I can't make the bomb itself.
That is
Because
what
Ellyra is not a artificer.
Actually,
No, I'm a smith.
like Will Smith.
No, I'm not gonna slap Chris Rock. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't say anything about slapping, but you're already
More
doing
like a
that
bl-
a lot with the brat over
More
here.
like a blacksmith.
Why does it have to be black?
Because there's no such thing as a white smith.
I mean, there is. Oh god. Anyways, have you
Anyway.
even confirmed that this place doesn't have one?
And actually, wait a minute. You're a rogue.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you probably know where to get some shady shit, right?
Who's asking?
At least you can
Wait,
figure out how.
right. Yes, I can figure it out.
Right. The reason why I'm asking is I don't think we just walk down to your local store and buy a fucking bomb. But, however, if you can say find a less reputable place and find the resources, why not go for it then?
Fine, but I'm taking that elf woman princess thingamajiggers with me. Because if I go by myself, it's gonna be too suspicious. You'll see why in a minute.
Okay, but understand that she has to be willing to consent to that, right?
Yes. And
Ask her first before making claims. All I'm saying.
okay. Is she even in the room with us, or?
Yeah, she is in the room. She was literally just talking to y'all not too long ago.
I wasn't here for that. What's her name again? Yes, I don't
Ellyra.
think I ever got. Ellyra?
Yeah,
Oh fuck! It's another Ellyra.
not an Ellyra.
All have very
Ellyra.
similar fucking names.
Oh god. Okay, Miss Ellyra, will you mind accompanying me and to making shady deals behind the corner of alleys?
She would ask, "What do these deals entail? What do these deals entail, and why do you specifically want her?"
Deal equals boom. Her equals the presence of hundreds of elves, even if we go alone. Because even if you don't see them, you can always tell when an elf is alone. There's probably hundreds around. And that's what's gonna get people scared shit.
Where exactly do you get this information from, Gabriel?
Unfortunately, I have seen it way too many times. Anyways!
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, anime,
you know that
card game.
Jackie Chan gif with like his face of how? That's exactly Ellyra right now. Like trying to understand Gabriel's logic right now.
Don't worry, that's also the DM too.
Listen to me. I didn't get.
It matches the wisdom score. That's all I gotta say.
It does. It does. And I hate that it does because his stupidity in character makes sense.
It does.
It's just, I hate it and love it at the same time.
She says that she'll go with you, not as a protector or a bodyguard or anything like that, but like as a dominating presence, if that makes sense.
That's technically what I've been trying to insinuate. So
She'll be your
There you go.
she'll be your escort for an hour. Wait.
make it 2.
Nothing more than hand holding though, she says.
Oh.
They more than hand holding.
Was it hand holding the most intimate act in anime logic?
I know,
Um,
right?
She also would give you a little potion to drink.
A potion of what now?
She just hands you a potion. It's in a vial.
No, but potion of what now? You only heard potion.
Well, she's urging you to drink it. She's not going to tell you what it is.
It's not liquid Viagra or something like that, is it? Like, I'm flattered, but
It will
No.
head out of the gutter for 5 minutes.
okay. I do recommend though to get you a little sack with a few coins on the top, but a bunch of rocks on the bottom.
She'll do that, but she also urges back to the potion.
Can I tell what this potion is by looking at it?
Probably not.
Fuck. Okay, so we'll
Shot at it
open.
like you did the holy water.
I mean, yeah, that's actually what I was gonna do. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm like open the potion, take a quick whiff at it, just to make sure it's not alcohol, and then
It's not alcohol.
and then just
So when you drink it, your fur recedes back into your skin. You take on a more human-like appearance.
I feel naked. What happened?
You look
She
at
says
it.
that it's to keep you from getting questioned in the city for being half-breed, you know?
My charming good looks are gone. Now I'm just plain, like cereal.
What's so wrong with plain cereal?
You're wrong
You
with
look
plain
more like
cereal.
dog food.
At least the sulfur smell has died down a bit.
No, that'd still be there. That'd still be there.
It just comes from his armpits.
That's
It's
just
a
from years of not
constant
bathing.
existing.
Imagine I can just collect like the sweat and just make custom bombs out of sulfur sweat.
Sulfur smells horrible, dude. It smells like rotten eggs.
It does.
Mhm.
So just saying, if that's like Gabriel's constant body odor, oh,
I didn't know that was my body odor. I just kept agreeing with it because I thought it was funny because it was annoying to look at Ellyra.
I mean, she smells it off of you anyway, and it's just even stronger when she uses divine sense.
Yep.
Especially when you had that curse, it was especially potent.
It's technically still there, but technically not.
I would
it's
say
totally
it
gone
smelled
now.
worse. Like with the divine sense, it probably smelled worse than a freaking wet dog fart mixed with sulfur.
Oh gods. Yeah. I will say the curse is like I'm pretty sure Code said the curse is completely gone. Like you should have completely cleansed your ass.
He did.
That's not what the sack told me.
The what told you?
The sack the thingy. That thing. The thing that the guard showed me, what kind of mark I had.
Yeah, no, that's the Winria mark.
Well, no, actually, I know what he's referencing. He's talking about when he was being questioned by the guard, how
Right.
he had both the Winria mark and the mark of Azoth appeared for a quick second.
Yeah.
Oh. That doesn't mean you have the mark, that just means you're wavering between the two.
Yeah, so like I said, like and in a way I still have it, but at the same time not. It's like it's
I
not.
think
it's-
that's more because you actually have Winria's mark, but your actual alignment leads more towards Azoth.
I was gonna say like more like physically right now in the physical plane I have that one, and then in the spiritual one I have the other one. But since everything is in the physical plane, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I would definitely run that by code because that does not sound right.
I'm over here trying to stay in character. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, what the fuck am I saying?
So it's not like a spiritual physical. It's more of like you have the presence of both marks, but at the moment one is more
Potent than the
dominating
other
over
one.
the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm over here trying to say everything in character. Meanwhile, I'm over here giving myself a fucking brain aneurysm just by thinking about it.
Oh, what's
Which
that
is weird,
meme where
like,
someone tries to explain something and it's like Godzilla had a stroke trying to read it?
Because the thing was that, from what I understand, him drinking the holy water cleansed himself of the mark and the curse. But he still has some vestiges of the mark? Question mark?
Yes. There's
Yes.
some traits, like some remains.
Think of it like the holy water clears the majority. However, kind of think like perfect cell from Dragon Ball Z, right? If a single
Ooh.
shred of it is still active, or if a single cell is alive, he can regenerate, right?
I like that. I like that analogy. Yeah, I follow now.
So, as long as the Winry mark is from suppressing the Azoth mark, it's not regenerating.
Exactly.
Okay.
That gives me an idea.
No, bad.
Do we need the squirt bottle? We can get the squirt bottle if you need it.
I'm just saying it's a possibility in case worse comes to worse.
Here's the thing: is that Gabriel has to know if that's a possibility. If you want to try it out in game.
I don't think he knows that that's an actual possibility. All I know is there's the remains of the other mark. But right now, the only reason he's here sitting on this table right now is because the Winria mark is actually present. Otherwise, he would have been killed in on
That's
sight.
the reason he's not dead right now.
Yeah.
Because if Ellyra wasn't the one to kill him, more than likely he would have been butchered on the way here.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have even made it past the gate.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel wouldn't have known this because the way you took was a different way that the guard took Gabriel. Essentially, you were coming through the gate and you had to walk on the bridge, and there was the weight of aura that pressed down on you, if you remember. For Gabriel, he was in custody when he came across the bridge, so there was no weight of aura. He got tested at the outpost.
Which is funny because I feel like he would have been crushed on the bridge almost if it wasn't.
If he
for the
walked the
mark.
bridge alone and he was, if he was actually like showing Azoth's mark, it would have been crushing.
So yeah, he would have died.
However, because he has devotion to 2, it would have been like there probably would have been a weird scenario happening in that instance.
Well, technically, it's like more forced devotion, just because a promise I made with Cass. But let's not get into details.
Well, here's the thing, right? Winria wanted to make a hero out of you. You said, no, fuck that shit. Got a fucking evil god sugar daddy. And then also said, fuck that shit. And now you're kind of somewhere in the middle and not sure where the fuck to go.
I'm like the kid in the
Also,
rock
you would have had a
right now.
really cool collar too. Let's face that too.
That collar is not touching my buddy, no matter what you do.
I mean, you keep showing me
I could
colors.
give him fucking immortality and immediately
But-
did a smite damage, and he still
But
wouldn't
you,
wear it.
you know a slime that would have loved the color.
Ellyra, get your brat. I swear to God.
I'm really trying not to give Goo-dith another 5 points of fucking spank damage.
Give her the 5-finger discount already.
The 5-finger discount.
So,
And Anyway,
Ellyra would have your bag of both coins and rocks put together, and she'd say, "Is there anything else you need before we go?"
Where's my child?
She'd be in the room with you.
Uh, Cassius, please watch her and make sure there's no weird lovey-dovey shit between those two going on, please.
What?
You think I'm able to stop that?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Not doing
I imagine the presence of a child here will actually make them behave for a bit. Anyways,
Well,
let's
why
go
aren't you
before I
asking
change my mind.
her?
Those two behave? That's crazy.
All right, you go do your
There he
shopping.
goes again.
I got things to draw. And then Goo-dith goes to find a table and pull out some art stuff and start drawing things.
When did
Alright.
she start drawing things?
I should have just stay out. Should have just rejected Cassius' plea.
Oop.
Gabriel saying all that as like Gabriel goes out the door. It's like, I don't understand that man. I'm not even sure if he's a man.
I'm a real boy.
No, he's definitely a man. I don't. Why would you question that? Hmm.
I mean, if he's a man or a boy, that's what I mean.
Is he a man
Pinocchio.
or a muppet?
Is he just an
He's a
angsty
boy.
teenager?
He'd just be Cheyenne size.
That's not what I meant.
I mean, my body might look like I'm like, what, 21, 22, but my mind has only been awake for 4 years. 4 years? 3 years? I'm going to say 4 years.
I thought it was 2.5.
2.5. I'm 2.
The main bad guy just comes out. He's like, and I'm 5. I'm just kidding.
500.
But you take Ellyra into some of these alleys, and
Oh, we're following me. Oh, okay.
I mean, you're the rogue. You should know how to find these places.
I thought we were just gonna say that like I fucked up somewhere and then we stay with you guys. Okay,
I mean, you're going down these alleys looking for, I guess, information, right?
we'll most likely be looking around these alleys for the rogue language on the walls.
You
Oh,
can't.
Thieves
can't.
can't.
Thieves can. Yeah, thieves can. There
You
you go.
can't. What? I don't know.
Like for the normal eye, it will just look like normal.
Thieves
scratches
can't
for,
dance.
Or
I thought it was thieves can't elope.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we elope everywhere
Thieves can't hold hands.
Exactly.
because we
Too
take
busy
it from you.
pickpocketing.
So yeah, you come down some of these alleyways, and you see small signs of thieves can't. Nothing too crazy. But one of the alleys leads you to a place called the Dark Serpent.
I heard about these guys. They're mostly focused on poison, but they should have a few bombs or explosives, possibly a few explosive bombs.
On the door, it says that you have to speak the password.
Okay. I will look to the elf girl and ask how much money's in the regular gold sack.
How much money did you tell her to have originally?
I didn't tell her to have any. I just told her to fill out the sack.
She would say probably about 10 gold and about 50 rocks.
What about the other one with actual money?
About 25 gold.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Secret word. Secret word. I would just knock on the wall and say, I have money to spend. Open the fuck up.
You see like a you know those like little like sight things that what's it called? Where like they open up like I don't know how, but where they slide in, you see their eyes,
like
thing.
like a peephole.
like a peephole, but it's like a slide, and like you see like
Like
both their eyes, and they're kind of like looking at you.
Peephole door. There you go.
I'll say a window. It's a window.
There you go. There you go.
They open a window in the door, and they go.
There you go.
You're not a cop,
They
are
open
you?
a window in the door.
If I was a cop,
and
would I
they
be able
go,
to find this place?
Well, I mean, we've had a few cops try to bust us down in the past.
Look, man, I need supplies, I need big booms, and I need some poison shit. If you have it, great, I'm willing to spend my money here. If not, I can go somewhere else. I can go to your competition if you want me to.
You're not gonna find much thief competition up here.
I know, that's why it's great, because the moment I go and tell them, like, you rejected me, they'll probably give me a discount.
Hmm.
But I don't want to do the walk, so since I'm already here, might as well do business with you. And I just open the bag with the gold. I got money.
Now you're speaking a thief language.
Yeah, I just opened the door.
He says, he'll open the door if you give him, like 7 gold.
3.
He raises it to 8.
3. And I won't tell your boss you try to swindle a customer just for you to open the door.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, baby, 22.
All right, so I have to.
May I remind you, it was the paladin's idea to send the rogue to go do this. Just a reminder.
But it was
So-
initially my idea.
He says,
Like, your idea was the booms. My idea was go to a less reputable, a less scrupulous place to go get them. You were just gonna walk down to a shop.
True. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going.
so with your 22, he says, very well, 3 gold. And the door opens, and what you see inside looks like, basically it looks about the size of like the Mall of America inside.
Damn.
The Mall of America inside. Like, which one? Costco? Sam's Club? Walmart?
No, like the biggest mall in America.
There's literally Mall of America.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like that big inside, where it has like where it has like different levels inside this thing. Like like there shouldn't be a working elevator, but there's an elevator in here.
Okay, got it. Okay, I grab, instead of 3 gold, I got 4 gold, and I give it to the guard, and I tell him, make sure her companions don't show up here if they ask for her.
He says, I don't even know her name.
Exactly. Good man. All right, let's go.
So you start wandering around. There's several different like vendors in this area. There's some that have like weapons, some that are like have like some sort of like magic-y aura about them. Someone comes up to you and is like, you want some strange meat?
No. But you might be able to help me. I'm looking for someone that sells big booms. Like kaboomy.
Oh, I heard big boobs. So, if you want big boobs, you're gonna want Big Bertha over there.
No, like you know?
So what you're saying is you want, and he pulls, and he's like, you want the guy who Who makes cannons? Got you. Got you.
Yeah, close enough. Yes, sir.
5th level down. Talk to Cobalt.
Got it. Got it. What kind of meat is it, though?
He says it's mystery meat.
No, I know it's mystery, but from what animal?
Does this mean that you want to try it?
Depends on what it is.
I give you a free sample.
Only if you grill it.
Oh, it is 100% grilled right now.
What does this mystery meat even look like?
It looks like shredded beef almost.
Did I just find myself fucking dog treats or some shit like that?
No. No.
Okay.
I mean, you're human right now, so they don't really know you're.
They don't even know that I'm here, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, they don't know that you're part dog, though, so.
Exactly.
But he asked you if you want some of the mystery meat.
Give me that sample and I'll tell you.
He gives you a sample, and it tastes like beef, but it's not beef.
I can't believe it's not beef.
Give me a bag.
Um,
And make sure they're like shredded, like snack bites.
he says, "Sure thing, but it's gonna be about 2 gold for a bag."
Make it 3 gold and give me 2 bags.
He says, "Nice haggling," and gives you 2 bags full of it.
Okay, I'll actually like tap into my own reserves of money and then just notch 2 gold down. What do I have? 275. Okay. Anyways,
When he
mine is-
walks away, Ellyra kind of taps you on the shoulder and goes, "I'm pretty sure that was rat meat."
I kind of figured, but it actually tastes good. You won't believe the things I actually have to eat. The rat meat for me right now is like a delicacy right now, as he just pops another chunk into his mouth.
But yeah, you got 2 bags of rat meat.
These are gonna be my snacks, okay? Anyways, forward.
So you go to the elevator and you see a big burly man there. It says, "What floor?"
The one with the explosives.
Floor -5. Got it. And he just kind of pulls the lever and it just takes you down.
Well, on the elevator, I just grab one of the chunks of meat and offer it to him. You want some?
He willingly accepts.
I just imagine that scene from frickin' Avengers where Tony is offering the blueberries. That's just Gabriel right now with the rat meat.
The only real food scene I remember from like Avengers was in the very last one, Endgame, where
shawarma?
they're talking about Scarlett Johansson's sandwich for like forever.
You mean the Italian restaurant?
No, where like Scarlett Johansson had a peanut butter sandwich and it had more screen time than Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
Yeah. I made a friend in the elevator. Anyways,
Did the shared chat turn itself off? Or does it just look weird to me?
1 second, let me check. Because no, it turned itself off for some reason.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it do that. It's weird.
Twitch, fix your shit. Thank you.
Like, that's a freaking nap.
They're as scuffed as all the streamers are.
yeah.
I mean, Twitch is gonna be scuffed.
Wild.
Our Discord's gonna be scuffed here in a little bit.
Right now, all I know is if you're a big titty anime girl on Twitch or somebody that likes to wear minimum clothes on Twitch, you'll have a lot of subs and a lot of views. That's all I can say.
Yep. Also, be careful with who you watch because not everyone is worth watching.
Mm.
That's literally like, if I'm gonna say 40% of that done the Twitch people right now.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Let's
you
keep
go
going.
down the elevator and you see this kobold. He's scurrying around, like literally, like grabbing like what looks like a mixture of bat guano and sulfur, and he's mixing it together. But like the way he's doing it is like he's moving to grab bat guano, mix, put it in a bowl, then grabbing the sulfur, mixing it, put it in a bowl, and then he's putting it inside of like these containers. And you can hear him like muttering to himself about something.
Yeah, I figured it's gonna be this kind of place. I will quietly in a whispery voice turn to the elf girl. And then ask real quickly, what's your name again?
Her name's Ellyra.
Ellyra. Okay, so remember that bag with the rocks I asked you to pack?
Yeah.
I want you to put that on your belt, and any valuables that you might have, try to hide them. They're most likely not try to pickpocket you, so they'll just take the rocks instead of the gold.
She would have said that she didn't come with any valuables.
Good. Now put that bag where I told you. Don't try to strike up a long conversation, give them food or anything, because you ended up with a bunch of kobolds just following you around.
I mean, it's literally just one kobold working.
That's as far as we can see.
She looks at you and goes, "You're a weird one, aren't you?"
Believe me, I've been by myself for a while. Everybody tells me that. Anyways, I'll respectfully approach the kobold and ask him, "What are you making?"
Me make big explosive boy. He go boom.
Oh God, okay, I gotta tone down the dialect here. Ooh, how much for big ba-boom?
Let's see. How many you want?
How many? And I look back to Ellyra. Ellyra. Yes.
Ellyra.
Ellyra. This is gonna confuse the fuck out of me. Okay. And I ask her, how many do we want and what kind?
Well, what kind of explosions were you looking for?
Got it. Okay. Okay. Small papow and wall pow.
So you want small papow and then one like big papow.
I put my hand, make 7, the number 7 with my fingers. 7 big papow, and then make 10 with my other hand, with both of my hands, and 10 small papow.
That'd be 200 gold if you want that.
25 shinies, and I snatched the bag of rocks from Ellyra's belt, and good-looking rocks.
There are geodes in these ones?
50-50.
I'm gonna need more incentive. How about you open one up? Show me geode. If geode in one of them, I give.
Okay, I'll just go put a fingers, randomly pick up a rock, put it on the table, and then pull out my mythical celestial weapon and just slam it down and crack one open.
Okay, can you do me a favor and roll me a D100?
Fuck!
I'm really lost at the moment.
Don't worry
Uh,
about it. I'm just making it the fuck up as I go. D4, D6, D8, D100. There's no way. 300. Oh, a 3!
wait, you got a 3?
I got a 3!
With a 3, you cut into this. You cut into this rock. You cut into it like butter. But when you open it, there is no geode inside.
A couple more rocks. You got a couple more rocks.
I got a couple more rocks. Yes, hold on. Like I said, 50-50. Not sure if 100 geo. It's like a unboxing or a surprise when you get one. That's I'm trying to sell it.
If one geode amongst many, me will accept.
Okay. And I just put both of the bags on the table.
Do you cut more rocks or no?
Okay, let's do one more. My luck cannot beat this. I almost roll a 1. Yes, just to make the record.
The
Okay.
D100, right?
It's
Yeah,
a D100.
D100.
That is fucking insane, bro.
What?
What did you roll?
Oh, 65. So it's over a 50% chance.
So with the 65, you open it up, and it's not the prettiest geode, but it's a geode nonetheless.
Like, see? Geo. 50-50, not 100% guarantee, but Geo is there.
You drive hard bargain. Okay. So for 50-50 rock collection,
There's
and
there's like 35 gold, like between both bags. Yeah.
yeah, there's like 35 gold between both bags, yes. And then about 35 gold, he says, okay. It'll take me about 2 hours to complete, but come back in 2 hours.
You deliver and puts one of the bags of fat meat on the table, and you get meat.
He says, just me who work here. Me cannot leave this booth unattended for too long. Too many scroungers, if know what mean.
I see. Tell you what, you friend, you take the meat, good snack. Really good snack. And me back an hour and a half and everything complete. An hour and 30 minutes. Good?
He says, you get meat from weird kid who run around saying mystery meat, right?
Yeah. It is good snack.
Me love kid good boy. Come visit me on weekends.
Ah, nice kid.
Brings food to starving man like me.
Yes. Sounds like no family.
Here everybody family, but dysfunctional.
Is Gabriel looking to adopt another kid?
I think I'm about to have no idea. Oh. I just point on my head. I'm like, brain broken. Me don't know much.
Me can tell.
Gabriel can't have a harem, so instead he just adopts a bunch of kids and raises them.
Oh God, I don't want no fucking harem. It's too much responsibility.
He doesn't want main character syndrome.
He doesn't.
I really don't like.
He wants to be solo leveling, but doesn't want to have the responsibility.
I want a
Exactly.
peaceful. I was having a peaceful life, and then Cassius knocked on my door. It's like boom, boom,
I
curse
was about
weapon.
to say-
Okay.
I'm about to say let me solo her, but no, Gabriel will never be that Chad.
I will not be the chat on the fucking kid. What's wrong with you?
No,
But,
no.
But he agrees to have it ready within like an hour and a half.
Okay, good friend. Question. Any good weapon spits? Anything that gives sharp shinies?
Sharp shinies. He thinks for a second. He goes, "Oh, we have Brom, top floor. Very hard to get to though."
Flying shinies. Does he have that?
He said, "Fine shinies."
Flying like arrows.
Ooh. You want Lissa?
Who's that? What floor?
She on -2 floor, so 3 floor up.
Okay, thank you, friend.
Thank you, friend. Also,
And then
work on brain.
brain can only work for so long. Need rest. Need lots of rest. Body becomes too hot. They need to sleep.
Need more than that.
Yes. And then I just motioned the elf girl to follow me before this conversation drags any longer.
She follows.
I love that this guy recognizes the fact that Gabriel has some instability.
I don't hide it. I make it obvious. Well, I'm sorry. I don't hide it, but I don't make it obvious. It's just like, oh, it's there. Okay. To the elevator man, I offer him another snack, quote unquote, and then I point to the second floor.
Well, the thing is, I don't feel like it was super obvious in that conversation. I felt like it was actually like Gabriel was actually handling that conversation pretty well.
Well, I think it's because both were talking like they both had brain damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was more or less Gabriel just kind of like mimicking the speech pattern in order to like
To
really
communicate.
sell it.
Hey, look! I just got us a bunch of explosive for like 35 gold and some shinies.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing that you did that because like most people don't actually like process that change in dialect, that change in speech pattern, and try to like, if you will, fit in more with the person that they're talking to. Not a lot of people actually do that. That's actually a very roguish kind of technique.
Dude, you should see me. You should see me at work. I'm over here like speaking to English to somebody, and then the next thing I know, it's like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te puedo ayudar? Sí, se vas por ahí, por acá, y no te estoy por el lado." And then I just go back straight to English.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna continue on with the story. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I give the elevator man more of the rat meat snack,
Yeah.
and we went to the -2nd floor.
You see him like chewing on the rat meat, and then he's like, "To 2nd floor," and the elevator starts moving up. You see a bunch of different vendors, but only one forge on the 2nd floor.
Okay, sweet. I tossed the rest of the red meat to the elevator man and give him a thumbs up. And as I walk away with the elf girl.
You toss him the rest of the meat, and he's just like, weird kid. As you walk away, kind of scratching his head.
Hey, at least
Right.
he's snacking on something, and I made a friend, another friend.
You make your way to the forge, and you hear Alyssa saying something about an ordered. You hear her arguing with another customer, essentially.
Okay. I'll just listen for now. See how it goes.
All right.
Plus
As you listen, oh, thank you. As you listen to the conversation, you hear her say things like, no, your task is impossible. Why would you even expect me to do that for so little? And the other guy's like, well, you're the one who said that you could make mithril weapons. And so they're arguing over both price and quality of weapons.
I will look at the elf girl and just whisper, "Hey, mithril weapons are common around here."
No, very rare.
The fact that she's able to produce them, but the price must be very expensive though.
You're looking at probably roughly around 10,000 gold.
That expensive? Fuck.
Mithril's very fucking rare, dude. I think it's rarer than adamantine.
I see. I'll sneak up behind the other dude. How big is he anyways?
He kind of looks like a. How do I put it? He looks like a cyclops. So like, he's big, muscular, but he looks like a smaller cyclops compared to some of the others.
Am I in line of sight of anybody that can get me in trouble?
Roll for perception, I guess.
A 3 for 5.
So, are we in ancient Greece right now or something?
No.
Sorry.
I mean, here's the thing: you have Goliaths, which are half stone giants, right? So, if a Cyclops is a type of giant or giant kin, why couldn't half Cyclopses be a thing? You know, just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain just deviated.
No, you're good.
No.
With a 5, you notice that there are a lot of people watching the situation unfold. It's actually quite like bringing in a crowd.
Okay. I will slowly poke his arm. I'm assuming he's like probably taller than me.
He is.
Okay, yeah, I'll poke his arm just to get his attention.
All right. He kind of looks down at you and says, "You got a problem, Twig?"
No, sir, but if you look around, I feel like this lady is extremely important, and the more trouble you try to make for her, most likely you'll end up in a spike. And probably somebody eating your arm.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, just so you know, this lady's trying to swindle me."
Okay, well, I can probably be the middleman in this situation. What seems to be going on here?
She promised me mithril weapon. I bring mithril. She gives price, and then she says, no, since you brought so little and I had to add my own mithril to this, I needed to double the price.
Right, that sounds fair, but it also depends how much mithril did she add into it.
She says that she actually had to add about 4 mithril ore to it, and he had only brought in 2 mithril ore.
Oh, no, friend, don't. She's actually giving you a better deal than most shops around. People like that will actually charge you per ore bar. She's just charging you the initial amount you gave her.
He kind of says, but price goes from being 25,000 to now being 50,000.
And that sounds actually very cheap compared to most shops around here. The most people with mithril will charge you 10 times more than that. She's actually being generous and wants you to return by actually just only charging you double instead of charging you per bar. Now imagine if she was charging you per bar, how much more she was money she was gonna make off you.
He kind of like just slams his fist on the table. You could see the frustration in his face. Like, he basically walks away and goes, saying, "You haven't seen the last of me."
Well, that happened. I imagine this happens here a lot.
She says, "More than you would expect."
Anyways, my name is Gabriel.
People.
Pleasure to
She
meet you,
basically
Rein.
tries to tell you that in the Thieves Network, people try to rip each other off more often than not.
I see that. That's why knowing the value of certain things like mithril bars is actually very important. Meanwhile, my actual self is just fucking bullshitting everything I say. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying.
I mean, actually, you're not too far off because the charge per piece of a mithril bar would actually make more sense.
Alright, that's just pure that's pure logic. It's like, for example, four gold bars. If you're actually charging in order to actually make a weapon with that, you'll charge every 2 gold bars. Unlike iron, you'll charge six gold bars for the price of 1 because iron is so common. Now, if you're adding the rarity, like for example, you say mithril is so rare, you're gonna be charging a premium price per bar, even ore at that point.
Most the funny thing is that mithril ore or mithril ingots are actually used in both forging of mithril and adamantine.
She's a
That's
vampire.
a
She should have come with me. Anyway.
I mean, how long would that have lasted, honestly, before Gabriel decided to just wander off without Ellyra?
Probably less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I lean over the counter and then just look at her. It's like, it seems like you've been through a rough path. You've been working a lot.
She explains that every week this guy comes back demanding mithril, and he never pays the price for it.
I see. But I'm assuming he already made a lot of mithril weapons with the mithril he brought you.
She actually says he barely brings
Excuse me.
enough to do anything.
My
She has
thoughts.
to supply her own
I'm
mithril,
going
and then to replenish it, she has to.
hydrate.
She's taking a big cut because he's not paying.
I see. Here, I'm looking for a bow, mostly for young girl, kind of strong. That at the point she can probably like, maybe I haven't seen her yet, but probably she can just grab a horse and throw it.
So you want a special bow for a child?
It's not just any child; it's a dragonkin child.
How does 35 gold sound?
Depends. What's the material?
She says that it's going to be made from a high quality, not quite what's it called? Not as high as like soldier quality, but like I'm trying to think of a good bow because it's gotta have that flex, you know.
Yes, that's the point. You can do a special wooden bow with reinforce.
She would say it would be an elven style bow with gold with gold ornaments.
I figure something elven would probably fit her, but I would like my expert in points to Ellyra. Is that right?
Ellyra.
Ellyra. And then ask her to come closer to the counter. So I brought my own elf. Relax. none of her party is here with us. It's just the both of us. She can tell you more about the details about an elf doll.
She kind of looks over and goes, I know absolutely nothing about the details that you're wanting on this bow.
Don't you know like regular bows or anything?
She knows about bows, yes.
Yeah, so at that point I just want an actual price estimate from her if she's gonna charge me for 35.
She would say for the kind of bow that she's describing, 35 is actually very reasonable.
Okay.
She says that it would be made out of what's the word? Like an actual elvish oak wood.
Got it. Okay. No, sounds pretty good to me. I will also put my green quality dagger on the counter and said, how far can you upgrade this thing? You know, my cultist dagger.
What do you want it to do?
What can you make it do? That's a real question. It's the green 1+1.
Okay, so with this one, I could probably make it a +2 dagger. For about 150 gold. Or I can make it a +3 for about 500 gold.
Tell you what. +3 plus the bow, and I'll give you 250 gold for the both items.
She says, no. I need, if you're going to do that, it's going to be about, I said 35 plus the, what is it?
It's a 35 plus, for the +2 it will be, whatchamacallit, 200.
It'd be
and
one.
And then for the +3, you said 500.
Yeah, so you said you wanted the +3, so if you want both of those, it would actually have to be about 535 gold.
So I'm trying to persuade her
3 is expensive.
to sell it for me at like half.
Wait, you're trying to sell the dagger?
No, I'm trying
Or-
to persuade her in order for her to give me a discount. We're trying to negotiate here.
Roll
You're trying to
persuasion.
negotiate. She's not.
20.
Did you really roll 20?
I got 20.
Nat
Alright.
20 or no?
Oh.
15 plus
No,
5.
15 plus 5, yeah.
So it's already 20, okay.
Yeah.
So you persuade her, but she tells you have to do her a favor for the other, to cover the other charges.
Depends. What's the favor?
She tells you that she wants you to you remember that Cyclops that was in front of you in line?
Oh, you want me to track him down?
She wants you to find him and make him pay his debts.
Done. But I'm gonna need that +3 dagger first in order for me to actually do my job.
She looks around, says, "But aren't you carrying a another weapon on you?"
Believe me when I say this thing will not do or even let me hold it without throwing a temper tantrum. It's one of those special weapons, if you know what I mean.
She asks you to if she could see it.
I can even show you as I grab the sword and then throw it to the side of a room where there's nobody there and then just let it come back to my hand.
So basically, you take it, you throw it, it hits like a clay pot, and then it goes back into your hand.
See what I mean? It as much as I want to use this thing in actually combat, it will not do what I want.
She kind of looks at you and goes, I mean, I think it just did what you wanted right then and there.
No, I was aiming to the floor. And the sword wanted to break the pot.
Maybe you just need more training with that sword.
Maybe, but as far as I know, that dagger has actually been very useful to me. And I would prefer, in order for you to get your money, to be at 100% instead of like 30%, 40%, you know what I mean?
She says that you're a weird one, but she guesses she could give you the dagger early. However, a failure on your part would actually have consequences.
I'll return the dagger if that's necessary, and I'll let you keep the money. Does that sound fair?
She says more like a different kind of consequence, if that makes sense.
I'm not becoming your pet.
No.
Okay.
She begins to work on the dagger, but you see her etching something into the dagger.
Uh-oh. Is it a curse?
It's something.
You got way too excited for that.
He did.
Because you know what's gonna happen if that thing is cursed in the moment you get back to the mansion.
No, don't worry. The elf girl is with me, so she'll understand the situation.
No, she fucking won't.
She will. Anyways.
She is really not understanding anything that's going through your head right now.
Don't worry. This is literally how deep stuff goes. You would really not understand it. You just go with the flow. It's like a river. The more you try to stop it, the more it will find its way around.
So, after a little while, she gives you your dagger back. And there is written in Infernal something on your dagger.
I can't read this.
Which he can't read.
Exactly. She looks to you and says, if you fail to make him pay his debts, this dagger is going to basically burn you every time that you try to use it after.
Oh. So it is cursed, but not the kind of curse that he wanted.
He's just looking at her and it's like with excitement. It's like, are you serious?
You're actually excited to be burned?
Lady, every single thing I can find that is actually kind of cool or anything like that, people take away from me. This is actually sounds very cool.
She says, you do you. But make sure that he pays his debts.
How much do you want him to pay? As I put the dagger back. Actually, is it just a regular +3 dagger, or is it like a special dagger?
It's a regular +3. However, it also has the effect of if you fail to make him pay his debts, it will burn you. It'll burn you for 1d4 damage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna remove.
And
this.
it's cumulative d4. So, like, if that makes sense.
I don't know why, but that actually sounds kind of cool.
So, like, it'll be like 1d4 on the first incident. Second incident, it's gonna be 2d4. Then it's gonna be 3d4, so on, so on.
That actually sounds kind of cool. Okay, no, we have a deal.
All right.
we have a deal. As long as you keep your word, I'll keep my word. And make sure you wrap that bowl like a present, please.
Do I look like some sort of gift shop?
I'll pay 20 gold extra.
You didn't even pay that 20 gold for the freaking upgrade on the dagger.
I just discounted all my gold. Did I not go in through or?
That's not how that works.
Like I have like in the inventory thing, I just subtracted the gold.
It's like you don't give them a tip after you got a massive discount from them because you have.
Yeah.
No, I said like I get like whatchamacallit, I'll give them extra 20 gold if they wrap it like a gift.
Again, not how that works.
But also, they don't have the means of like gift wrapping and stuff like that.
All right, fair enough. Okay,
They're a blacksmith, not a gift wrapper.
fair enough. Okay, so I got 23 gold in my name now. Jesus. Okay. Do you know where he lives, or do you know where he usually frequents?
Normally, he will hang around. She says there's this kid who likes to give out mystery meat. He'll hang around there when he doesn't get his way.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll swing back with the bow.
So I take it you go back towards the kid with the mystery meat, or are you going back down to grab your what's it called? Your explosives.
I will go for the kid first. On my way out, I just ask the elf, you do know any mobilizing or defensive magic, right? Something just to keep him in one place or stun him, or you know.
That's quite racist. Do you think all elves have magic?
I'm not being racist. I'm asking if you know.
She would say that she's actually not that much of a fighter.
What do you exactly know?
Basically, that she is more into making potions and stuff like that.
We had an alchemist this entire time.
We fucking told you back at the mansion.
You could have had him make the bombs instead.
We were telling you that she can make the potions back at the fucking mansion.
Not potions, the bombs.
Yes, alchemical bombs. Are they not clicking your head?
No.
Oh my fucking god.
Nope.
Random misadventures of our hellhound.
You know what? It fits. It fits. It matches the intelligence and wisdom scores. It fits. It
does
fits.
fit.
Man, I both love and hate that it fits. Because it fits too fucking well.
And because it fits, he went on this whole adventure that didn't have to happen.
I mean, he still wanted to get the bow, but even so, he could have actually just asked Ellyra to make a bow for the kid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, if you said that, hey, I want a bow for the kid, she would have done it for free.
Yeah, at least I know it's quality work, okay?
You think the elf doesn't do quality work? I mean, for fuck's sake, she made her own shit.
Damn.
So, you go to the mystery meat vendor, and you see this big old cyclops just kind of like aggressively eating like the mystery meat.
How am I gonna approach this? Oh, okay. I approached the cyclops and saying, "Good meat."
He responds back with, "Don't I know you from somewhere?"
Yes. Since I know he wouldn't. Since I was trying to actually help him out, I just get to his level, like kind of like crouch down and then Just tell him, yeah, I was trying to help you out so she can kind of give you a lower price,
Wait.
remember?
You're crouching down to his level, but he's taller than you.
Well, I mean, assuming you said he was like stuffing his face with meat, so I'm over here thinking like he's sitting down with his legs crossed.
I mean, he is sitting down, but it's more like not quite with legs crossed.
No, so
He's
I'll,
kind of like,
Him sitting down is eye level with you when you're standing up.
yeah.
I'm trying to be polite here, okay?
He says, "That's right. You were trying to make me spend more money."
No, I was trying to help you spend less money. I believe there was a mistranslation here. I'm not very good with words.
Translation, smanslation.
That's what I keep saying. So, kid give you good meat? Good price?
He always gives me good price. Right, kid? Kid just kind of like smiles like, he scares me.
Don't be mean to the kid. He's a nice kid.
He says, so anyways, what brings you over here?
Well, I got to look at some of the stuff she made. A little bit too expensive in my opinion. But I was able to work out something with her. And I believe you can too.
What do you mean by that?
You bring her mithril, but she complains about, having to dip into her own stock in order to make more stuff for you. So, how often do you bring mithril to her?
As often as I get it.
Which is very often, I imagine.
I mean, it is hard to come by.
So, instead of arguing both of you, why not make a deal? She can make you stuff for free and you constantly bring her mithril. That way she doesn't have to buy the mithril for ridiculously expensive prices. And she makes a profit and you get better gear.
But she doesn't do it for free.
She will if you give her a constant supplies. Like imagine, kid comes in, gives you meat. You pay the kid, but the kid has to pay somebody to get meat, right?
Wait, you pay the kid for meat?
I did. He's a good kid.
He doesn't really get the whole idea of paying, if you kind of catch that.
Yeah, I can see it. So I tried to make it seem okay. I try to put it here like this, kid gives you meat, and the kid is scared of you, but also the kid seems to like you. So kid is your friend, so he gives you things for free, correct?
Not really friend.
But you get what I'm saying here, right?
Me think.
So if instead of her being demanded to do work, why not pay for what she already made for you, and instead of, going over and just demanding new equipment, you just bring her slowly mithril just for free, just to make her your friend, and then once she's your friend, she can give you stuff for free. The same way the kid gives you meat, in exchange of you bringing her more stuff.
Maybe. But what do I get out of it in the end?
You'll get to be the one Cyclops that has a full mithril set. Like, just imagine all the meat you can get with that, all the respect. You be the you get the strongest Cyclops with a blacksmith that is your friend and that will make you stuff for free. If you bring her more mithril, that is.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I want you to give him a persuasion. I'm making you use your persuasion today.
16.
All right. Let's see what he gets for this thing.
He's gonna roll some sort of fucking not 20. I'm gonna fucking lose.
Imagine he gets a nat 20.
It's
Nah.
most likely, yeah.
So you persuade him.
Okay.
He makes his way back down, with you on his shoulders because he's like, you're gonna explain this to her as well.
Okay. Same. I imagine he also has the elf girl on the other shoulder.
She's just walking closely behind.
I just looked at her and like just wave at her.
She kind of just like covers her face like she's embarrassed to be with you.
She loves me. She loves me. Anyway.
But you make your way and you run through the scenario and come to a compromise. She really didn't quite like the idea of the compromise at first, but after you explained it to her, how he would be supplying her with mithril as opposed to having to dip into her mithril all the time, and also using that mithril as a means of like starting friendship, she hesitantly agrees. The little curse that was on your dagger is now broken, if that makes sense.
Aww.
Because you kept your promise to her.
You wanted.
Wait, but since it's a carving in the dagger, it will not be broken. It will have to.
It would have been
carved out.
dispelled. It would
Oh,
have been
will be
dispelled.
Okay.
Yes. So like it still has like the markings of the curse. It's just dispelled.
Okay. Got it.
And then you get your bow and you get well you already have the dagger.
Yeah. I
But then
already
you
have
make your way down again to the 5th floor, and you pick up your explosives, your 17 explosives.
So
The
10
10 small
explosive.
and then 7 big.
Yes. No, 10 small, 7 big.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, I heard 10 small, 10 big. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to look up what D&D explosives are called.
Your alligator bombs.
All right, I would say one would be your big ones would be what's it called? Pocket fireballs. They will be one not one. They'll be 3d8 fire damage, and they can, it's like a fireball, but it's like a weaker version of fireball, if that makes sense.
Got it. But I'm assuming the moment that these things set up, they just will explode the wall. Or wall.
And then you get the smaller ones are going to be oh crap, what are they called? We'll say cherry bombs.
I was thinking more like explosives that I can like put in certain places and just let them detonate to like take out like beams of structures and stuff like that, so let buildings collapse on themselves.
I mean, they're just going to go by the name of cherry bombs. If you want to do something like that.
Got it. Oh on the way out, I'll just look at the elf girl and it's like, see, that wasn't so bad. You got to see a whole new world of random criminal empire right under your noses.
He goes, I kind of wish I didn't see that.
Well, unfortunately, dearest, this is what reality of the world is. Not everybody can live in that fancy church with holy knights and stuff like that. Most of us.
She would be looking at you like, no, I meant like you making a fool of yourself.
Oh, that's an everyday scenario. So you don't have to worry about that one.
So, you make your way back to the mansion, and was there anything else that you needed while you were out? That's what I forgot.
No, you see explosives as far as I know, and everything else I was able to get in the same place.
All right. So, what are Ellyra, Goo, and Cassius doing in the meantime? I know Goo was making pamphlets for Marilla.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not traumatizing my kid.
She's doing
Believe in
arts
Marilla.
and crafts.
Right.
Goo-dith is just exploiting a child for monetary gain.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But yeah, what are the three of you doing while Gabriel's on his way back?
Well, my brain is not working right now.
The brain is not braining. Got it.
Their brain melted with my entire
Sounds like
conversation.
Ellyra went to go check out the wine cellar.
She went to take some ibuprofen after the entire conversation.
She knows how to deactivate the thing. Just saying. So no. Sorry, no, Mia's Ronin and my brain's just not working. For some fucking reason. But I believe we would have worked on the infiltration idea a bit more.
Okay.
And so with that, probably got in contact with the paladins and the hands of Vinrath to see if they had any more reports or any more sightings of these cloaked individuals and where their closest location would be.
All right. So I would say that while you're going to meet with some of the hands of Vinrath, you would come across a small group of the what do you call them? A small group of these cloaked figures.
Is Cassius with me?
Does Cassius want to be?
Going where? Mm.
Basically, Ellyra is going to talk to the hands of Vinrath, which is the group of paladins. But on the way, she comes across a small group of the what do you call them?
Yes.
Okay, you want to fight? Got it.
Let's fuck him up.
All right. I'm gonna say it's a very easy battle. They're not really like your strongest of the strong.
The strongest of the strong.
Like they look more like they're like messengers almost, not quite fighters.
Mm.
So you take them down pretty quickly.
Lyra will take 2, maybe 3 tufts of hair How many people are there?
I'd say in this group there's 4.
Okay.
So you take their hair, like a small tuft, not all of it.
Right. Obviously, I'm not trying to scalp them.
I take it you're also going to take their cloaks, right?
Yep.
And you also take their cloaks, no problem. I'd say they're you probably like scared them to the point like they pass out, especially like seeing as you're like half dark elf and half like vampire, like your vampire side.
Half vampire.
So-
dark elf.
So it's like something they've never really experienced before. So they think of you like as a monster from seeing you.
That's generally the reaction that would probably happen. Yeah.
Someone sees her what she truly is.
What are you
There's
doing with
lesbian.
what are you doing with these passed out people?
Probably bringing them into the. Actually, you know what? Let's bring them over to the fucking temple. Maybe they deserve. Maybe they lead a little bit of retribution. Who knows?
So you bring them to the temple.
Yep.
All right. So you bring them to the temple, and you see. I'm gonna call this person Valara. Valara of Venrath's hand is like up there,
Laura.
like yeah. And Valara looks at you and says, What are you doing with said people? Or with those people?
Oh. They work for the organization that we're trying to plot a strike against. So, why not bring them here?
Valara kind of looks at you and goes, You want me to interrogate them?
I mean, do you want to?
She'll take them from you and say like, "Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you all the findings we get out from these guys."
Don't use special toys. Keep it PG-13.
As she walks off with the prisoners, with the captives, I look to Cassius and say, "She sounds like she's gonna have fun with them."
Welcome, Ghost. How you doing?
Hello.
And no, not the kind of fun that Brain would probably think.
Are they going to turn into shadows too?
I don't know. Perhaps the
We
Maybe
should probably warn
the
them
full-
about that.
maybe the fact that Vinrath has domain over this place will stop that from happening. I'm not sure.
Mm.
In the meantime, though, we do have to find a way how to essentially station the extra 100 on-hand paladins and clerics, and to signal them when the time is right.
The signal will be a giant explosion and Gabriel screams in panic.
I'm doing good.
On
Ghost. How you
fire
doing?
yet again.
Oh, glad to hear you're good. Sorry, I just read your message, dude. Yeah, we're actually gonna be finishing up here in a little bit, dude.
Yeah, I'm feeling my battery drain already, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was fine during the whole Gabriel part, and then I just kind of started to drone out for a moment.
No, it happens, man. Like sometimes my social battery drains during D&D too. Trust me, I know the feeling.
Not to
Roll
mention
inventory.
the evening also kind of compounds that just a little bit.
Yeah, we also started later too.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, Ghost. Like, we just been streaming since what, about 8:15, 8:30,
8:30.
8:30ish. So yeah, we normally run till about 11:30. Sometimes we'll run later, but tonight's not one of those nights.
Yeah, I think it's just an off day in general today.
Yeah. So y'all make your
I-
way
I-
back towards
Jump
the
right.
towards the mansion.
I want to ask, was there, because again, what I want to do, right, while we're there at the temple is strategize where to keep the 100 stashed. And I know that Gabriel has the whole explosion thing,
Mhm.
but I also don't want the paladin and the clerics running into a collapsing fucking building.
So you would see an easy way into the temple is through the I'd say the west wall. So like,
You mean the place, the shack?
so if you go to the shack, you can't see the shack from where you're standing.
Huh.
But if you were to attack the east wall of the temple, that would take you west wall of the temple. That would take you straight into the throne room of the three gods, essentially.
Okay.
You would also know about that from Valara.
I have a feeling if we do win this fight, it's going to be it's still going to be a long journey ahead of us.
It could be.
And Ellyra does say this as she's walking back with Cassius. It's like, I feel like if the abomination is solidic, he's just going to pull that fucking run away like a little bitch strategy again.
Then he surrenders the city to us.
You know, he'll lose a foothold. But the war is not over.
I didn't expect it would be.
Well, we do what we can here. Take this damn city back. But this is only going to be the first step. Remember, to get the full-scale revolution going, we need those leaders. And right now, they're behind enemy lines.
Not for long.
I swear to God, I swear to the fucking gods, if your plan ends up just killing everyone, including the leaders, it's going to be a fucking shit show.
I will say, when you start saying that, your divine sense starts going off like crazy.
The vibration.
Almost like it's to the point where your sword is literally telling you something is happening inside the temple.
Oh, it's just me saying, I'm back, bitches.
Then you see the aura around you flicker one more time.
Fuck. We have to make our move, and we have to make it soon.
And you would also notice that the flicker is gradually growing longer with each time it flickers.
So this is like the third time I've seen it now, right?
Either third or fourth, somewhere around there.
And each time it's gone longer. Like before, it was for a split second. Then it was.
Then
for
it turned into like a full second. Then it's like, okay, now it's like 30 seconds, and now you're sitting at like almost a minute of it just with the flicker.
Yeah, Ellyra says exactly that. She says we have to make a move soon. I don't think that Divinius can hold this back much longer.
She's the only one who
Whatever.
can see that flicker, right?
Yeah. As of right now, the only one in the group who can see the flicker is Ronan. Or not Ronan, Ellyra.
So we're all converging back at the mansion at this point.
Yeah, so you would all be converging back at the mansion. And then once you all get back to the mansion, that's where we'll be calling stream for the night.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Do we want to raid out?
Yeah, I was thinking we could raid into Nightshade.
Yeah, she's live.
All right. Thank you all for coming to D&D tonight. It was really fun. Next week we will have a special guest on D&D. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, we are going to raid into our friend Nightshade, and I hope you all have a great night.
No, my explosive shenanigans put on the hold. God damn it.
We'll be doing it next week. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're cracking skulls and exploding shit next week.
Low key, that +3 dagger has a lot of damage into it.
Oh, it's +3 plus your D4 plus your sneak attack plus your dex.
Yes.
So yeah.
No, the D4 only applies to the sword, no?
Did Nightshade stop streaming?
She looks like she's still
Not
going.
wrong.
It said that it couldn't raid into Nightshade.
You typing the name right?
I did.
Nightshade 1144.
Yep.
Weird. You know what? It's actually kind of weird too because I tried like searching up the stream before, and it just wouldn't show it to me.
Yeah, it won't let me raid into her.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing the little countdown loady thing.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Why is it like that?
Could it be Twitch?
It could be Twitch. I'm trying to reload and see if I can get to. There we go. Just refresh and it'll load in.
There you go.
Yeah, it's still not going.
Yours still isn't working?
Yeah, it's still.
I
not
got mine
working.
working.
I'm even doing it from the browser.
That's what I did. Is I used the browser and I had to refresh.
I'm gonna assume that Twitch is just Brokey.
Yeah, Twitch's ass.
So I guess I'm just going to end stream here then. We'll see you guys next week.